Hey everyone, Jay Gamer here and welcome back to another video. Now today is kind of a special video. So with the end of Chapter 2 happening in literally just a day, which by the way, I will be streaming that, so make sure you're subscribed, ring the bell so you know when that happens, if there is a bell. I don't know how that works, but I just thought I'd do a Chapter 2 tier list video. Now this video is all my opinion. This is how I feel personally, going through my experiences for each season. So if you enjoy the content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. So today, here are our categories. We have most beautiful thing, pretty self-explanatory. Great but not as good, pretty good, meh, yikes, and die in a fire. As in, that season deserves to die in a fire. Again, pretty self-explanatory. So I'm not going to be doing any of the Chapter 1 seasons because, disclaimer, I never played in Chapter 1. I started in Chapter 2. Yeah, big noob over here. I mean, I know a lot about Chapter 1 and I know about a lot of the stuff that happened, but I just thought it wouldn't be right to do a video on my opinions of seasons I never played and never had experiences in. Yes, you can watch a YouTuber and someone else, some other YouTuber or a streamer playing those older seasons, but I just don't think that would be the right case because, hey, experience also improves our opinion. So I'm only going to be doing Chapter 2 seasons, especially because Chapter 2 is almost over. Season 1. Season 1. Season 1 was pretty good. I mean, that's when I started. And at that time, I've been really trying to get into play Fortnite. I mean, for the longest time, I was trying to play Fortnite. I was trying to figure out how. Again, this was like I was younger. It was kind of when I started YouTube. But, it was Christmas 2019. Oh, beautiful, beautiful time. Winterfest was just the thing. And it was like the start of Chapter 2. But it was good because, I'll admit, I know a lot of people said it was just so long. And yeah, I guess if you started in September and you played for that long on a single season, yeah. But I played in December, so I was like 2 months, or 2 or 3 months into the whole Chapter 1 doing nothing kind of thing. And at that point, I will admit, kind of closer to when Season 2 was going to come out, I had been kind of done with it. I mean, it's really hard to rank this season because there was nothing that really happened besides my kind of joy that, hey, I could play this game I've been trying to play for quite some time now. So, I mean, I think I'll put it in pretty good. Now, maybe meh, because, again, towards the end, it was just kind of like, eh. Chapter 2, Season 2 is the most beautiful thing. I cannot express how much I love this season. This season, I feel like, is really when I started to get into the YouTube scene. I only did one video on Chapter 1, and that was, like, the first video on my channel, so cringe. But also just Chapter 2 in general. Just the whole Chapter 2, or Season 2, I'm so stupid. Season 2 in general was just so amazing. I loved the whole thing. Like, it was just so incredible. I mean, that was the first time we ever got an NPC, and I gotta say this. In Chapter 2, I think the amount of bosses and stuff, all the weapons we got the umbrella, which was, I mean, I don't remember it being good. I don't remember it being too bad. I just thought it was kind of cool, to be honest. Wish they would bring it back into the game. We had all the bosses and the mythics. That was like when we first started to get our cool mythics. And what I liked about this season's kind of boss and mythic selection, well, one, it was the first time we had ever seen this. So, yes, this is awesome. But I also think that they did it well with the weapons. Like, they did it good. Because I'll admit, during the season, the only thing I never used was probably the boom bow. But that was just me. But everything else, I feel like I would have given a chance to use. I went to the grotto, got the minigun. Then later in the season, I would go to Kit's, the yacht until he got kicked off. And then I'd still, go to his place after the grotto and get his AK. I would go to Deadpool's. I mean, for a decent amount of time. I mean, the guns were useless, but they're pretty cool. I went to Midas the most, probably, but, at the beginning and then the end of the season were my two peak times. I probably went to the agency, and then most of, the end of the season, before I went back to the agency, I was going to the Shark a lot, and the funny thing is, I never really used the scars. I never used Sky Scar. I used the Grappler and, a Silent Scar, but that was just how I liked to play. And it was just so cool because there were so many places to go, and it didn't feel like, hey, there's only a few places where you can get a mythic, and then if you don't get it, you're screwed because the sweat's going to kill you with the mythic. And then the whole concept of the vault was just so so amazing. Like the first time you're like, whoa, look at all this loot. And then all the memes are just sitting in vaults, doing nothing. Just, scaring players. The drum gun, Ghost versus Shadow War was really cool. And then the device event. Man, that was an epic event. First live event. I mean, technically Travis Scott was the first live event I went to, but that was more of a concert. But that was like the first big live event. And then the first time we saw John Jones really started to kick off the story of Fortnite. It was just cool, but I'll admit, towards the end, it felt like it dragged on. And I mean, once that event, and it was just so annoying when you saw the event being delayed every time. But gotta say, I really did like that season. The next season we have is season 3. Chapter 2, season 3 wasn't too bad, and I have to admit that. I think it's like, I'll admit, I didn't like it at first. I thought it was really sweaty and really hard to get a win. Like, compared to Season 2. Now, again, this is kind of when I started playing on PlayStation at this point. I was a Switch player. Yeah, a Switch player. I started playing on PlayStation. I think the game felt a little harder for me because the skill-based matchmaking was seeing me as in a better position. Because Season 2, I got so many wins. I was popping. I think I had, 48 wins just in, a season or two. And I'm not good at the game. I just play it for fun pretty much at this point. But I think this season it's really hard because I feel like a lot of people like this season, but in my opinion, it's a meh. It's kind of a meh. I mean, it was cool with the water and stuff, but it was like it kind of felt annoying at sometimes, and then it felt really sweaty in a couple points for me. I just can kind of remember playing with some friends, and then it just felt like I was just trying to think what else. There was all the little floating bits and the whole the map's flooded. I mean, it was cool, and the water did drain, and then we had Coral Castle, which that in itself belongs and die in a fire tier list. But I'm gonna say that it's a mess season. It was okay. It wasn't the greatest in my opinion. That was just me, my experiences. It was fine though. It wasn't awful. It wasn't awful. I think the next season is kinda going to be the most controversial. Now, bear with me. This is all my opinion. This is how I felt at the time. And looking back on it, opinions change. And some people see the good stuff at the end. But season 4. I'm really trying to think. So I feel like season 4 is gonna go into the yikes for me. Okay, don't blame me. Yes, Marvel was awesome, but I feel like the problem with season 4 with me was, at that point in time, I was like, okay, Deadpool was really cool. That was like, oh, yo, Deadpool's in the game. Oh, that's so cool. They just added this Marvel guy as a secret skin in the Battle Pass. And I feel like it just went way too far. I just feel like season 4 was kind of like, is this Fortnite? To some degree, it just didn't feel fun to me. It just felt so forced. And at that point, I was like, can we stop with the stupid crossovers? I just wanted a battle pass that was normal. Yes, they were cool skins. And yeah, I get the appeal to someone who may be like, hey, I'm a guy who doesn't want to spend $2,000 for every skin in that battle pass. To him, I say, well, yeah, but I feel like the battle pass is supposed to have just original skins. I mean, Rick Sanchez in Season 7's Battle Pass, or Chapter 2 Season 7's Battle Pass was cool, but, still, I think it was Season 4 that was, crossovers were just kind of annoying me, and really wasn't anything too much this season. It just felt like it kind of dragged on. It didn't get delayed. It just felt like towards the end it was like, who cares? Let's hurry up and get this live event going. I just wanted to see Galactus destroy everything and all that. I just feel like at this point it was kind of like, well, then they also destroyed Frenzy Farm, which I liked Frenzy Farm. It was cool. And then, you had Risky Reels right next to it. But it was like the whole Iron Man thing, the whole, the mythics. I think it was a lot of those mythics that were just there's so many. Whereas, Chapter 2 Season 2 and Chapter 2 Season 3, Season 2 was great with the mythics. Season 3 was okay. They weren't too bad. They were I guess you could grab them, it'd be fine. The grappler was a little overpowered, but it wasn't, insane. And then you had this season where you had the Iron Man Unibeam, the hand rifles. They're cool, but I feel like it was kind of too much for Battle Royale. Now, I will admit, I loved FORTNITEmares. I know everybody's like, oh, that FORTNITEmares was terrible. Oh my goodness, all the stupid Midas Ghost. But it was cool. Like, it was so cool. It kind of reminds me of a Haunting of Verdansk, because that was the first year, I think, from Warzone. Yeah, in Warzone they had the Haunting of Verdansk, where you came back as like a zombie or something. It kind of felt like that, but it was just really cool to me. Yeah, it was annoying, and I'll admit some of the times those ghosts annoy me. I didn't do a video on that FORTNITEmares. I don't remember why. It was just so cool, though, in my opinion. I just really liked it. But, because in comparison to, like, Season 1 was really cool. They had the Storm King. Then this Season 4 comes along. Oh, my goodness. You know, you become a ghost or whatever. It was super cool with the Shadow Army, and then, yeah, Midas return. And, like, I'll admit, this FORTNITEmares was kind of lax, which I'll get to when I grit rank this current season, Season 8. It just feels lax compared to, and I'm thinking of last year's FORTNITEmares. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, as much as that would have been annoying, it was pretty epic in comparison. Like, it was this big thing, it was this cool feature in the game. Maybe it should have been its own, like, LTM and not at the main game, but it was still really cool. And then you got the witch's brooms and the candy. It was just really cool. But even though FORTNITEmares was cool, I just still didn't like the season. And then especially with the Iron Man place, the whole building, I hated that so much. The rifts were cool, but like every final circle would be on the edge of the giant Stark Industries thing. And it was just like, oh wow, there's a man all the way up on the top there. Up, the storm's moving slightly over to him. Up, I'm dead. So I think it's gonna stay in yikes for me. I liked Marvel, but it felt too much. Season 5. I really liked this season. This season, crossovers, but it wasn't super annoying. It was like they were all mostly in the shop. They were mostly all in the item shop. Predator was the secret skin, which was like, I didn't care. I think going from Season 4's crossovers to Season 5's was a bit different. It was more of a variety. It wasn't also forced, I don't feel like. They didn't have as many mythic. They didn't have any mythics, actually, except for Mando's stuff. And I love Star Wars, so Mandalorian, Sniper, and Jetpack were really cool. I never really got to use them too much. Yeah, they had the desert biome. I really loved how at first we were all probably thinking, oh my gosh, they're gonna add old POIs, because they added salty towers, which I thought was cool. I'll admit, the sand around the bottom of it kind of made the ground feel a bit weird. I feel like if they had made more tilted tower stuff, kept a couple of the old salty springs buildings, and then just made the ground flatter, more normal, and didn't have as much destroyed stuff, I think it would have been very, very cool. But I have to say, Season 5 was awesome. The pump was vaulted, the lever action was put in the game. Lever action. And that's a bit controversial to me. I think it's a little overpowered, a bit annoying sometimes, and it's in the game again instead of tac shotgun. I like the tac shotgun. Keep forgetting tac shotgun was also vaulted in Season 4. I really hate how they did that. Like, again, tac shotgun, beautiful gun, beautiful gun. I love it using a tac shotgun sometimes. But I think for this season it was I think for this season when they vaulted the pump, it was kind of like, it was really annoying, but I did like the lever at first. It was kind of a little hard to use. The lever action sniper was pretty cool. It was like a really cool concept. How it was kind of it was like a fast firing sniper that actually used more than just like one bullet, and it wasn't a semi-auto. It was a bolt. It wasn't even a bolt. It was just this just something else to use. It wasn't accurate. It wasn't good. It was kind of like having a hunting rifle. But then I feel like Epic Games kind of screwed it up. Christmas was pretty cool, but I will admit, Christmas was awesome because we actually had like a winter area on the map and a desert area on the map. The desert was cool with the 0 point and everything, and then we also had the 0 point in the center. But I feel like with the Christmas update, they didn't have Winterfest. You had 2019 Winterfest with free presents and free all this other stuff. It was like, yes! It's so cool, and I load in and there's no Winterfest. I mean, the planes were pretty cool, but it was a really big letdown when you hear that, oh, you need fuel for the plane. And I mean, Season 5 towards the end, there wasn't a live event, but Season 6's like opening thing was really cool. So I'll give them a pass. But Season 5 was really cool. I liked Season 5 a lot. With that being said, I feel like Season 5, I'm going to put it under pretty good. I liked it a lot. Oh boy, Season 6. This, I feel like, is both controversial and kind of questioning. What am I talking about? Season 6. Out of all the seasons, I feel like this one, I just played it, got to like tier 50 on the battle pass, and then just quit and was just like, nope, throw the console out the window, I'm done. I mean, I'm a bit over exaggerating, but I mean, I just feel like with Season 6, they vaulted the snipers, they added the bows in. The bows were cool. I feel like they added the bows. I feel like with this season, the bows were cool. They added crafting for the first time. I just feel like with the biome, the primal biome, I guess it kind of felt like, who cares? Like, we had the desert, which had a cool feature to it. And it was like, it was something different. It didn't have trees. It had rocks and stuff. It was a desert. You could swim in the sand, which, yeah, was vaulted for half the season. But still, it was just like, okay, it's orange now. You know, it just felt like, it's just like, oh, it's orange. That's it. And I mean, the beginning event was really, really cool. I feel like everything was just orange then. They added the Spire Towers, which were cool. But, like, where did they come from? The Spire itself was pretty nice. That was a cool POI. But I feel like they added the burst shotgun or the primal shotgun. They got rid of the tac shotgun. Then you had the new makeshift shotgun and makeshift weapons. And then there was all the crafting. And I feel like crafting here wasn't done as well as it has been. I like the idea of taking a new weapon and then side grading it. I love side grading. It's so much better. It's like what they had with the upgrading benches, but it was so cool how you could just take nuts and bolts and side grade into like a different weapon. It was nice instead of having to upgrade it to a higher rarity and have like 40 gears or something out of cars that barely dropped them. But I keep forgetting Season 5 added gold. I mean, I didn't really think about that too much, but Season 6 with the whole thing, I don't know. Like, Season 5 had exotic weapons and it had the gold where you could buy them. Season 6, I just felt like was kind of like, who cares? And I don't want to say that, but like, we got rid of the snipers, which I guess is good, but I didn't like the bows. They were just kind of weird and more annoying when someone would just shoot you with a stink bow or just get in your box with a shockwave bow. I also thought it was kind of annoying how it was like, oh, I mean, I forgot about the recycle. The recycler was a cool gun, but it was like, they did it dirty, I feel like. That gun could have been so much better. But, I just didn't like this season. I really didn't. I just thought it was kind of like, wow, we got this cool foundation. Oh, another member of the 7, finally. We get someone. I'm thinking he's going to be in the battle pass. John Jones is now in the battle pass. This is a pretty cool battle pass. And I just felt like they kind of crapped on the whole thing. Like, just didn't feel like anything happened. And then the tac shotgun and the infantry rifle got unvaulted later on, which was nice. Why didn't they do that this season, huh? I like my tac shotgun. It's a nice shotgun. They better bring it back in Chapter 3. I just feel like with this season, it just didn't feel like anything went on. Wild Weeks happened, but like, I just didn't care for it too much. I really didn't. I think overall with the battle pass, it was pretty okay, but this didn't hit it for me. And then the wildlife, like wolves and raptors, they just annoyed the heck out of me. I didn't see any point to them. Like, sure, it'd be cool if we could have rode the animals, or chickens you could use for flight, but like, besides the crafting purposes for a couple things, and let's be honest, who's gonna really go hunting animals for bones? I mean, you could just go to a primal spot on the map and just hit one of like the animal skulls on the spikes. I just didn't like this season. I think this is a yikes. I don't think it's as bad as like it was the worst season. Like oh, it's just get rid of the code, just delete everything. I think there was some okay parts to it, but I just did not think it did well. Season 7, oh my goodness. When this launched, wow, the mothership was so cool. They added the tac back. The pump was back. They had the AK AR, the whole side grading. You get the burst AR. What's nice about this was the burst. It wasn't, couldn't just find it. Now the burst is pretty OP, and I get that, but like you couldn't just find an AUG out of a chest or FAMAS, and I like that factor. Because when you think about it, I feel like I'd rather have like an AR or AK than a FAMAS round out of a chest, but I'm kind of just used to picking it up. The whole mothership was cool. Oh, I loved it when the abductors got added. Abductors were so cool. Just being able to do a fun little mini game for like 2 minutes out of your match, getting to the first storm circle, you have all the good loot. Now, I'll admit, I wish you could have stayed in, like, the vault to get stuff for, like, at least another 5 or 10 seconds. Just a tiny bit longer. Still very cool, though. The event. Oh, beautiful, beautiful event. Oh, I loved that event. Battle Pass was also so cool. I really like this. I feel like compared to a lot of seasons where... I feel like a lot of seasons, the longer they drag out, the longer there's just nothing there for me. And after a certain point, the sweats come along, and it kind of gets annoying. This season stayed strong. You had the IO weapons. The railgun was just a nightmare. That thing was just like, wow. Why? Just why to everything. With that being said, though, I feel like with the railgun and the recon scanner was cool. Railgun was annoying, but I mean, I don't think it ruined everything. UFOs, OP at the start. They were so overpowered, but they were cool. They were cool, guys. How could you hate you? I mean, I get that they're OP and I died to them a lot of times, but still, when they nerfed them, it was so fun just sitting in the sky. Like, what happened to the appeal to the noob player who could just get an easy kill? Yeah, I know, it sounds wrong, but it was so cool. And then, Battle Pass, awesome. The Chimera weapons, pretty cool. I like the alien weapons. They were really cool. I just think some of them weren't too great. The laser rifle was cool. It's just I don't think it was too good. And you had like the whole alien biome grenade, which was so cool. There's so much content for this season. Not a lot of map changes though. Season 6 didn't like it, but I will give it to them. They did something with the map. Chapter 2 in its whole has just been a very lackluster season. The only season I can give a break is probably Season 5 for map changes. It had the desert, and then it had Christmas time. Christmas, the whole winter area wasn't permanent, but still, you had a little bit of variety to the map. I feel like, too, with Season 7, oh man, just all the good memories. And like I said, with a lot of these seasons, at a certain point, after a long while, they just kind of get played out. They just kind of be like, I've done this for a long while now. Yeah, I'll just come back when the event starts. I also got all the extra Battle Pass skins, which I haven't done before until Season 7. And I gotta say this now. Fortnite, stop doing the extra tier skins. Like, do challenges or something. I hate having to worry about the fact that, oh, there's like 14 more skins I can get, but I have to get to tier 100 and over. I have to get to level 200 to get everything. Do what Warzone does in Call of Duty, where you can, and just like all the Call of Duty, or the newest Call of Duty games, or the old ones. I don't know about the old ones, but I know, but like with Modern Warfare, Warzone, Cold War, you can go back, click on a thing, you can go back, no matter what season you're in. You unlock the style for a skin, great, there's 3 more extra styles to that one style of the skin, but you have forever and ever and ever, as long as you own this game, to do that challenge. It's Fortnite, do that. Do challenges where, for a specific skin, I can forever and permanently go over that skin, hover over their name, and says, challenges, unlock styles. It'd be so awesome. Just do that. Gotta say, though, Season 7, man, it brings so many good memories. And the skins are awesome. And then when we had the Operation Skyfire, man, that event was so cool. Just being like, oh my gosh, the cubes are back, was like big epic reveal. Big epic reveal. Though I will admit, Season 8, why is the map done nothing? Seriously. Like, okay, everything's being orange now, just like Season 6, but, no obliterated map into pieces and thousands of cubes. But Season 7's going to Most Beautiful Thing. That and Season 2, I feel like were my favorite seasons. They just felt so fun, so fresh. We got the inflatable in Season 7. I almost forgot about that. That was just stupid, but amazing. It's stupid beautiful. Not many map changes, but, you know what, the content made up for it. Season 8, our last season we're going over, because like I said before, I'm not doing all the Chapter 1 since I never played it. currently with this season, stale. Now hear me out. This season's cool, okay? I think the Chimpanski board's pretty cool. I feel like from Season 7's Battle Pass, which I really did like, to Season 8, and then especially the part with the whole, like, the island was blown up in 40 different places. The fact that there's, like, thousands of cubes everywhere. It was pretty cool. Chimpanski was cool with the boards, with, like, the whole buying stuff and choosing, but I hate how they didn't just add those guns later. Like, I feel kind of robbed. The chance to have the crappy assault rifle that's really super inaccurate, and instead of using, like, the SMG. Because the SMG was in Horde Rush, the combat SMG, and then they just, it was so good. But no. We didn't know that would be good because it was on a board that you couldn't use it. You couldn't use it ever once you bought the combat assault rifle. But Season 8, it's so hard. This season, I mean, FORTNITE is cool. The mechs are now in the game, which is pretty insane. Shopping carts are in the game, which is cool. The live event, I am absolutely hyped for. I am so hyped for Chapter 3. New fresh start. Let's go. I'm so excited. Remember, stay subscribed so you know when I stream that. I am streaming that when that live event goes out. I just feel like with Season 8 so far, it was like a bit of a disappointment at first. They got rid of the tac shotgun again for some dumb reason. Added the lever. Charge you can side grade to. The charge is just, that gun is evil. Pure evil. I feel like, though, with the whole, just the weapons in general, like, it was cool how you could side grade to the Silent Scar. They also got rid of the snipers, again, for the auto sniper, which I was like, cool, but, like, even I'll admit, I think it would have been better if you kept a couple snipers, or added, like, a different sniper to use. Like, instead of having bolt actions over the place, you could have added the heavy sniper, or put in the suppressed sniper, that would have been cool. And then you could also add the auto sniper and have two snipers, one different than the other, and people could use whichever one they liked. Slipstreams are cool. I mean, besides the center of the map doing anything, there really haven't been many map changes. I mean, everything's just getting orange on the floor. That's not cool. The mechs are in the game, which is pretty cool. I mean, I know they were a menace in Season X from what I've heard, but, like, still, they're not that bad, people. Half the time, I'll get in a mech to just mess around in it, and I'm instantly dead because people just laser the thing. It's really hard to judge this season since it's almost over. I feel like the Battle Pass, too, it was okay, but I just don't feel like it was the best. It was kind of just meh. I mean, you had Fabio's Sparkle Main, and then you had the Chimpanski, and Carnage was cool. I don't know. And then you had, like, Torin's pretty cool skin. I mean, there's, like, a couple cool ones. But I just feel like, too, it was, like, Season 7. There's a big difference. Like, I'm going to compare this to Season 7 here. Because Season 7 probably was, like, the most fun for me. Besides Season 2. I played Season 7. I played it for so long. And there's just a lot of XP going out. And I got all this extra styles, and I was doing really well in that, and it just felt really fresh. And we got the Ariana Grande concert, it was cool. This season right now, with the whole FORTNITE too, like I mentioned earlier, just lackluster. All you added was a sideways scythe, a boss that you could barely find on day one, and then that was it. And even Pleasant Park, it looked like in the trailer it's going to be this big old, like, stage for a concert thing, and then they didn't even do that. Added the Fiend Under crossbows. I mean, and there's also a shotgun. Literally, Chimpanski's holding a shotgun in the loading image for the season. Lies, I say, Fortnite. Lies. I just feel like with this season, it was okay, but I don't know. I'm really excited for Chapter 3. I think that they're ending at Chapter 2 now is a bit weird, but hey, I'd rather have Chapter 3 than stick with Chapter 2 much longer, because it's kind of getting annoying now. I don't really know what else to say about Season 8. It's been okay, but like, I guess my point is back to comparing it to Season 7 is that, for me, it was like Season 7 I could play for a very long time. It didn't feel too stale. The game felt like it got a lot of content, a lot of interesting stuff. Really trying to think. Other than that, it just felt so stale. It's just very stale of a season. Like, I'll get on Fortnite just to see what's going on every morning, but it's just so stale. I'll load in, I'll be like, why am I here? Why am I even playing Fortnite right now? There's just nothing there that's exciting me at the moment. It's just very, very boring. I really, really hope that Chapter 3 better add in biomes, new weapons, all the weapons we missed in the selecting thing. It should have a very vast loot pool. Cool, like, biomes, winter biomes, old POIs, new POIs. But in all honesty, I'm just kind of ranting on now. Season A, I'm putting it in yikes or meh. It's like in between yikes and meh, because it's really not that bad that I hate it that much, but it's not good enough to be like, meh, I'll live with it. It's very, like, just very down there for me at first season. I'll put it in meh for now. So this is my tier list, my honest opinion on all Chapter 2 seasons. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I hope you all enjoyed this this opinionated video. Make sure you stay subscribed so you know when I start streaming the end event, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you all next one. Goodbye.